Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Happy Thursday to each and every one of you. Yeah, baby. Life is good. Life is good. How blessed are we to be early adopters in this new asset class that is the digital asset space. Generational Wealth Wednesday Mastermind is up and running. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. I can't wait to share that with you. Listen, the market is doing, what the market does. We'll go over the numbers. If you can stomach it, I'll share them. But it's just sideways movement. It's just sideways movement. What can what can you say? It's just sideways movement. Listen, the SBF trial, we'll go over some updates, but it's just madness over there. It's madness over there. I did a video about this earlier. It's just madness. Boston Mash is in the building. What's up? What's going on, my friend? Kev Land is in the building. How are you, bro? It's good to see you guys, man. Look, I'm gonna try to make this as short as possible. I know you guys got some things going on. I know it's Thursday night football. I know that's going on, right? But yeah, I'm really excited about Generational Wealth Wednesday Mastermind. It's going to be a cool hangout. It's going to be a really cool hangout. I'm great, Kev. I'm great, bro. Thanks for asking. Yeah, life is great, man, right? Life is great. I'm going to be sharing some new projects in that mastermind. I'm setting up I got this thing going with Mickey Be Fresh. We're going to share that. I'm going to talk about the XLS30. The mastermind is going to be centered around great interviews, exclusive interviews, and foundational books. We're going to cover wealth. We're going to cover health. We're going to cover mindset. It's going to be a really, really cool hang. Ultimate goal is you and I, it doesn't matter what old money wants. We understand that old money doesn't want us to win. We understand that, but that don't matter. We're getting it done anyhow. We're getting it done, bull run or no bull run. We are going to get it done. I was just reading some from a book called 501k. Interesting book. Interesting book. I can't wait to share with the family. Rich Mill and Colorado Rodrigo, what's going on? Hope all is good. Love this sideways movement. It's a chance to buy more. Yes, indeed. Now, is this Rich or is this Colorado? What's going on, fam? What's good with you? Generational Wealth Wednesday, guy. I can't wait to share that with you guys today. It's going to be really, really cool. Really, really cool. We're going to get into this numbers. We're going to get into the market. I'm going to let a couple more people join. For sure. I got like 5 books over here. Like 5 of them. What the world? Life is good. Look, Generational Wealth Wednesday Mastermind is going to be like none other. And this thing is just the beginning. It's just the beginning of where we're going. It's just the beginning to where we're going. I see some interesting thing on this live stream from UT. I see a money thing, and then I see what's going on here? Well, I've never seen these things before. What is that? Insert an ad. What's going on? What's this? Delete an ad. What the world? When you insert, just odd, very odd. Anyhow, I'm not doing that. All right, so let's share the live stream. Let people know that the Crypto Siege is live. If you guys could do that, that would be super, super awesome. Now, let me see here. If I do hit that share button, what's going to happen? Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's see what's going on. All right. Let's post it. Let's post it. It's been a while since I share my own stuff. Oh, my guy Solomon is something. I'm going to share this. I'm going to share with Solomon, share it with the community. Solomon is something, bro. He is something. He is something. I'm going to share that post, this latest post with you guys. Pookie is in the building. What's going on, fam? It's great to see you. Let's get into it. Let's go over these numbers. No, let me share the mastermind. Let me share that real quick with you guys, and then we're going to get into these freaking numbers. What's going on with these numbers? Like, I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on with these numbers anymore. All right, so let's do this. Little Miss Crypto Siege is running around in the background. Let's get this done. Oh, share sound. Let's get this done. What's going on, baby girl? Yeah. Nothing. That's not it. There it is. All right. There it is. Right there. There it is, fam. Patreon. We went with Patreon. Going to escalate to other things in the future. There's the generational. Welcome to our Generational Wealth Wednesday Mastermind. You know how we did on Generational Wealth Wednesdays? We talked crypto, we talked DeFi, we talked traditional finance, we talked investment banking strategies, we talked about preparing for generational wealth so that you're not shocked. We went through a great book on how to prepare yourself for generational wealth. We're going to do more of that. We're going to do that and even more, I should say. It's going to be a really, really, really cool hang, like I shared with you guys before. There's the intro video if you guys want to check that out as well. $10 to start in 90 to 120 days. We're going to change that for sure. This is going to be just the next level thing. I can't wait to share it. We're going to cover, again, health, wealth, and obviously mindset. It's going to be a really, really cool hang. Got Mickey B. Fresh lined up. It's going to be cool to hang out with that dude for sure. Reaching out to Jake Claver, who has like a... he has a, what's the word I want to use? Family office business. He's a big time XRP community member as well. Going to get him on exclusive interviews. It's going to be really, really cool. And you're going to see Crypto C's on the next level of interviews. That's going to be really, really, really cool there. So it's, if you search for it on Patreon, it's GWW Mastermind. Patreon.com GWW Mastermind. Let's go. Let's get that done. I'm really, really can't wait to hang out with the fam because there's going to be some really cool stuff. A little behind the scenes stuff as well with Little Miss Crypto Siege and possibly even Miss Crypto Siege. We'll see. Yeah, going to be some behind the scenes stuff as well. So we're looking forward to that. Let's go over these numbers. Because this market, let me tell you something. I was looking at Hedera Hashgraph because I came across a very interesting social wallet that I'm going to share in the Mastermind group. Very, very interesting. Let's refresh this CoinGecko to see what's going on with the numbers. What the world? Yep. Sideways movement. Mr. Rodriguez, Mr. and Mrs. Rodriguez, sideways movement. The total cryptocurrency market cap is at 1.08 trillion. Bitcoin dominance is at 48.2%. We're not having an alt season, hombres, mi amigos. No alt season with 48.2% dominance. Now we got to get to 65% Bitcoin dominance to begin to flip that around to get into the alt season. And there's no liquidity in the space. There's no liquidity in the market, fam. Can't. We need net excess liquidity to have the alt season. It's been that way historically. It's historically been that way. We just don't have it. Bitcoin is trading at $26,744. Ethereum is trading at $1,538. And I should say again and again, and XRP is trading at 48 cents. How many people snatched up some XRP? How many of you snatched up some XRP? 2 for $1. How many snatched some of that up? I know some of you did. Let me just do this. Those are the numbers, guys. What can you say? Now, the swing traders are just having a field day with this sideways movement. They could make all kind of money, 7, 10, 15, 20% this way, 10, 15% this way, the other day, the next day. They can have fam. They can just party with those kind of numbers. Just party. Let me do a live chat. Let me do this live chat to update this thing here. Let me change this because this thing, how blessed are we to be early adopters in this new asset class? What's going on with this thing here? Let's do that. Let's change this up, because there it is. There it is. What in the world? It was crazy, Kev. It was crazy, that thing. It was crazy. Yes, indeed. There's always a chance to buy more for sure. So this is going to be a really, really cool hangout tonight. We're going to talk about, if just Sam Bankman-Fried stuff. I don't know. I don't know. People are going in there dropping dimes, trying to save their own butts, man. It's not a great look, but hey, the discovery is just the discovery. There are people in this country that have sacrificed this country for personal profits, have colluded with the enemy for personal profits, not just the SEC, not just members of the SEC. Sacrifice this country for what we like to say in this channel all the time, for personal profits. That's sad. Truth Labs exposing the real CCP. Ethereum is just all up and around the CCP. So you got the ETHGate thing rolling back to the CCP. 66%, according to Truth Labs, is owned. The Ethereum is owned by affiliated CCP affiliated entities. 66%. This is why they had to have those disguised wallets for the whales. If that stuff's all going back to the enemy, that's not a great look. Elvin Pena's in the building. What's going on? Crypto Siege. Hi, Crypto Siege. Almost the weekend. Hope it's going. How's it going? It's going great, my friend. Good to see you, Elvin. Definitely bought me a small bag of XRP. I hear you. I hear that. What's going on? Patrick Pet David. Every now and then I'm going to do some videos kind of around, kind of like outside of crypto. I kind of been on Patrick Bet David in one of the guys on his show. Forget the guy's name now. I did a video about him. I said, "Don't be that dude." Don't be that dude. Forget his name now. But Pat David did a post about what's his name? Robert De Niro. I'm like, what the world? Robert De Niro going off on Trump. Donald P. Is it Donald P or T Trump? I don't even know. Going off on Mr. Trump. Alvin Pena says, can't wait for your interview. Yeah, it's going to be really, really cool, bro. Generational Wealth Wednesday Mastermind. And we will be doing exclusive interviews for that group. And one of the things that I got most in the comments, I think, was about the Generational Wealth Wednesdays, bringing that back, bringing that to the community, learning more outside of crypto and DeFi for sure. I got a question posted in the group asking you guys, what's some of the stuff? Are you interested in real estate? Are you interested in RWAs? We're going to go over all of that stuff in the mastermind. But the idea is we're going to get on that journey together for generational wealth, man. It's going to be really, really cool. And what's most important is we're gonna learn all the things about when the crypto market is not in that bull session. Like, we got to have cash flow coming in when it's not going on as well, right? You got to have that cash flow coming in when it's not going on. What you got going on there to alleviate some of that? So we're going to get into that as well. I'm envisioning just a really, really, absolutely cool hangout for sure. I can't think of anyone better to launch that than Mickey B. Fresh, baby. It's going to be really, really a cool hangout for sure. Where should I start with all this? This freaking Sam Bankman-Fried. I mean, it's not a great look. Not a great look with that Sam Bankman-Fried. Right, by the way, under the nose of Gary Gensler. On his watch. On his watch. He's supposed to be protecting investors. Yeah, give me a break. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do real quick. Quick here. Oh, thank you for your donation. A receipt, cool, it's been sent there. I wanted to share this with you guys. Jeremy Hogan put this out. Luna is fighting cancer, the big C word. Is a member of the she's a member of the XRP Army Junior Division, and she plays soccer. All things worth supporting. Please donate if you can. If you can, links in the Digital Perspectives post. I found this to be very, very interesting from Jeremy Hogan as well. Says Jeremy Hogan, I was having a rough morning, but seeing all the people donating to this beautiful girl in the last couple of hours has really made my day. Thank you so much. It's all good. A beautiful young lady there. And being a survivor myself, I understand how this affects so many people. It's just not you. How do I share this? Let me do When I do this, I just hit Twitter or what the hell? I don't know. I think I just hit Twitter. I don't know if I copied a link. Nope. Is that it? I don't know. I think so. I think that's it. That should work, but there it is. I shared it as well. So I hope she is doing well. Hope her thoughts and prayers go out to the family. Again, being a survivor, I know what that is all about. Let's go there. Let's go back over here. The real big Will is in the building. How are you, my friend? Life is good. That's the blue wrench, right? That's the blue. What's going on? Life is good. Generational Wealth Wednesday Mastermind. Just go to Patreon if you're interested in joining. You go to the Patreon and you go to GWW Mastermind. Golf Whiskey Mastermind if you're interested in joining. Can't wait to hang out with you guys. And speaking of doing that, maybe I should even share that. All right, let's go over here and find this interesting thread from someone's thoughts from the initial hearing, or from the Sam Bankman-Fried hearing. Here's something again. I want to point this out. We can't forget it. Early 2015. This is from Truth Labs at Boring Sleuth on Twitter. Early 2015, consensus in Ethereum. Stephen Narioff raises an interesting question. Why did Vitalik Buterin choose to go to China and work for this Chinese company for 2 years? The Ethereum founder was living in China before the Genesis block of Ethereum, as well as throughout the first year of Ethereum going live. Do you believe me when I say Ethereum is backed by the CCP and has always had a centralized share of Ethereum's total supply? That's some brutal stuff. When Vitalik needed money to make his vision for Ethereum come true, he found his money in China through CCP-affiliated entities. They've been involved since the pre-block, before the first block. Here's Stephen Narioff sharing that, right? Curious, when I told Vitalik in early 2015 to immediately put all the best programmers and build 2.0, why did he choose to instead leave for the next couple of years to China to work for a Chinese company? That is troubling. It's troubling. I mean, I don't know how best to describe that then. That's troubling. And again, I said it on my video earlier today, and I'll say it again. I feel bad for the retail investors. I feel bad for the developers who just wanted to build on what they thought was this great thing. And it is a great thing. But the fact that someone chose personal profits and sacrificed the country. Lubin was involved, right? And I get that the dude's from Canada, but still sacrificing your country for personal profits. I mean, it's just not a great look. It's the enemy. It's the bottom line. I didn't make them the enemy. They made themselves the enemy. It's not a great look. Take a listen to this from Inner City Press. The real Big Will. InnerCityPress.com. Take a listen to this, dude.
And then finally, here we are, Matthew Rosalie, Inner City Press, here during a break in the Sam Bankman-Fried trial. And it's been a doozy. It's been a doozy. Carolyn Ellison on the stand today, October 11th. And it finally got into the Chinese bribes. Now, this is a count that the Bahamas has put on ice, said that they didn't agree to it when he was extradited. And it seems like the count might go away, except that it was brought in today to show motive, method, knowledge. And here essentially is what it consists of. $1 million of net FTX's investment capital was frozen in China as part of a money laundering investigation. They wanted to get it out. There was a guy called Mr. Ma working for FTX. He tried to get a lawyer over there. They tried to get a lawyer over there. It didn't work. Mr. Ma had another solution. And the solution ended up involving bribes to Chinese government officials to the tune of $100 million through accounts in the name of Thai prostitutes. Yes, it's true. This case has it all. So there were multiple objections by Bankman-Fried's counsel, Mr. Mark Cohen, and Judge Kaplan agreed to a number of them, but then came back with a curative instruction or a limiting instruction that these were not being offered for the proof. Now, what's interesting is that mentioned more than once during Ms. Ellison's Chinese bribery testimony was Sam Trabucco, her co-CEO at Alameda. Trabucco saying, did Handy, another employee, did Handy's father turn us in over there in China? And SBF responding, law. So Trabucco was absolutely involved in this alleged violation of the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. So those wondering, where is Mr. Trabucco? This is a charge that the Bahamas can't make go away. An American citizen was today named in federal court with the knowledge of the SDNY prosecutors as having been involved in a Foreign Corrupt Practices Act violation with China involving $100 million of bribery money.
Yeah, $100 million bribery of Chinese officials trying to get their $1 billion that they had locked up between two exchanges. Huobi was one and OKS of customer funds. Of customer funds. Like, what the world? What the world? What's going on? How does that freaking happen? Come on, that's not all my bookmark. What's going on here? How does that happen? SBF, man. Caroline dropped some doozies. And I'm trying to find the tweet that the post that I want to share with you guys as well. Before we get into PBD and what PBD has to say. Some people trying to call out Stephen Marriott, but yeah, it ain't going to work. Here it is right here. Things I learned from Caroline Ellison's testimony that CoinDesk has declined to mention. This thing is brutal. Listen, the $1 billion that Sam Bankman-Fried had to bribe Chinese officials to give back was held on Huobi and OKX. That bribe was for 150 million. Some people are saying 100. Some people are saying 150 million. One person said it was 1 million. But it wasn't, said it was 100 million trying to get 1 million. Doesn't make any sense. 150 million try to get $1 billion back. Makes sense. That's what they were trying to do. It was suggested by somebody named Mr. Ma that worked at FTX. In any case, the bribe was 150 million. Multiple people at FTX had family ties to the Chinese government. Say it again. Multiple people at FTX had family ties to the Chinese government. One of those people thought the bribe was a bad idea and quit shortly thereafter. The other one was the guy who suggested the bribe. In the official spreadsheet, this bribe was listed under the line item, The Thing. It was called The Thing, 150 million. Before resorting to bribing the government of China directly, they had the bright idea to bribe some Thai prostitutes to let them use their IDs to open up accounts on Huobi and OKS. They then attempted to trade poorly against these accounts to transfer funds out. The balance sheet that CoinDesk and Mike Bertersberg, who is the Dirty Purple media guy, reported on that blew up FTX was actually a deep fake that understated liabilities by like 4 to 6 billion. They were off 4 to 6 billion in claiming the liabilities of FTX. They were off by 4 to 6 billion. Back to the thing. The Alameda FTX employee who suggested the bribe was named David Ma, like Jack Ma. The employee who thought it was a bad idea and quit was named Handy. When asked to explain to the court who exactly Ryan Salome was, Caroline Ellison referred to him as an employee of FTX. The paperwork says that Ryan was the co-CEO of Alameda. Prosecutor says, was that bribe approved by the legal department at FTS? Caroline Ellison said, no, it was not. Given that bribery was not among the charges, I believe the defense insisted it be referred to in more neutral language as like a payment or something. Courtroom drama is real. And when Caroline Ellison broke down crying, discussing the final days of FTX and her relief at not having to lie anymore was one for the record books. The jury will not forget that. One of the ways FBF planned to close that hole in FTX and Alameda's books was to get regulators to close down Binance. Check this out. To close down Binance, get the regulators to do it. At which point FTX would get all their customers and make $1 bazillion. Remember FTX going around trying to buy stuff, or at least pretending to buy the stuff so you can get access to the, those funds. You try to do it with, I think, either BlockFi or the other one as well. Nexo, one of the two. Try to do that as well, right? Most okay, okay, and get their customers and make $1 bazillion. This is interesting. This was on a list of strategies they drew up in an executive meeting, a list of strategies to try to fill a hole. This is one of them. I know from the Celsius hearing and being involved in the Chapter 11 bankruptcy that FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried did, in fact. This is one of their strategies. Again, help to get this thing that may be struggling, that may have the same kind of books or whole issues that FTX has, go attack that entity like Celsius and try to get them to become bankrupt and try to get their stuff for pennies on the dollar. And the way that they try to do it is they try to attack the token that was associated with the platform, which is the Cell token. Most internal discussions come out among FTX, Alameda, about finances were done in Signal with auto delete turned on, but they made sure to use non-deleting Slack messages to talk about their philanthropic endeavors. So they knew that there were going to be records of stuff eventually going to come out. They had auto delete on all their internal messaging. Auto delete. Because they knew. When the FTX first moved to the Bahamas, SBF and Caroline both had luxury vehicles. When they first moved there, SBF decided they should get a Toyota Corolla and a Honda Civic for optics. For the optics. There was a crypto hedge fund called Modula that SBF insisted on investing customer funds, and that Caroline thought was a bad idea. This hedge fund was sent $50 million worth of FTX access, hashtag customer funds, via transfer on some SBNY Signet network. In a moment, many people who have dated narcissistic sociopaths will probably relate to SBF attempted to blame Caroline for the financial straits FTX was in because she had not hedged the NASDAQ enough. When he yelled at her about this, Caroline broke down crying. not mentioned at the time, but definitely mentioned in the courtroom, was the fact that SBF had YOLO'd most of FTX customer money onto insanely risky investments well before he left Caroline in charge of a burning building with a cheery good luck. All of Caroline's tweets about we're willing to buy all that FTT at $22, et cetera, were actually drafted by Sam Bankman-Fried. The fraud team, which consisted of SBF, Ellison, Singh, and Wang, decided they sounded too much like Sam Bankman-Fried's tone of voice. So they decided she would rewrite them. Like, she didn't even know that she was going to be, they had already figured out she was going to be the scapegoat. She had no clue. FTX intentionally kept its customers' funds off the balance sheet so that the auditor was not able to assess the situation correctly. This is how FTX scammed its way into a successful audit. M. Cryptodamus is also saying this is what Binance US was doing. Look, when you get people like the former OCC guy, I forget the guy's name now, stopping by Binance US for a minute, like I feel like he had a cup of coffee and a bagel and was out. Brian Brooks, he saw that mess over there and was like, yeah, no thanks. This is why. Alameda burned his final deep toke of FTX customer money on defending the $22 mark for the FTT token. And I don't, if this is FTT something else, if this is FTT token from Justin Sun, roughly 100 million was incinerated in this obviously futile endeavor in the final day before the collapse. 100 million. Let me go over to the chat real quick. 100 mil. They blew through customer funds like it was nobody's business because it wasn't their money. Joe, what's going on, bro? Now, I changed this latency, but it doesn't seem like it is updating in this chat here. What's going on? Guys, do me a favor. Hit that like button if you didn't do so already. And if you didn't do so, no worries. Just collapse the chat, go smash the like button, and come back and hang out with the Crypto Siege. We always like to have just as many likes as we have viewers in the stream. Let's go. Let's go. We want to break that shadow ban. Looks like we have broken it. Looks like we have broken it. I'm just a street kid from Brooklyn, And so we want to continue on that march for sure. Elvin P says, heard SBF tried to scam Arabs before shutdown. I want to put it past this dude. This dude is bad. I mean, bad. What's going on, Joe? Generational Wealth Wednesdays is up if you're interested, my friend. It's on Patreon. Just go to GWW Mastermind if you sign up to Patreon and look for Gulf Whiskey Mastermind. I want to get that up and running starting next Wednesday. It's going to be a really cool hang. Exclusive interviews. We're going to talk wealth. We're going to talk health. We're going to talk mindset for sure. We may talk relationships too. Miss Crypto Siege is like, how about relationships? We may do that, but we are going to do a behind the scenes look maybe at Miss Crypto Siege and Little Miss Crypto Siege. Maybe a little behind the scenes look, we can talk her into it, man. So, I mean, guys, what do you think? I mean, this SBF dude is out of control. I mean, this is under Gary Gensler's watch. Like, what are we doing? He met with them at least twice. Who gave him access to Congress? Unbelievable. He went in there and duped them all. They're so afraid of crypto now. They're trying to put it on crypto because SBF duped them. It ain't crypto. This dude is a fraud. This dude is worse than Enron and the other guy, Madoff. Worse than them all. So which ones? I'm just trying to think. What's going to be the first one to hit Netflix? Is it going to be Sam Bankman-Fried or is it going to be Eastgate? My guess is it's going to be Sam Bankman-Fried because this is getting all the news and the publicity. ETHgate is not getting any news. None. And you got to think, if you got what's supposed to be, what's the word I want to use? Government agencies that are supposed to be unbiased and not showing any type of nepotism. Or if you got them sacrificing the country for personal profits, you know, Bill Hinman, Jay Clayton, if you got them, we're supposed to be able to trust them and look out for us as citizens in the U.S. And it doesn't look like that's happening at all. And you got this ETHgate, you got Lubin in Consensus and tied to JP Morgan, who is just the worst of all. He is the worst of all. I heard someone talking about Jamie Dimon was a champion of blockchain. Champion blockchain, Jamie Dimon? Yeah, I don't think so. He may be championing his blockchain, but he is not our friend. No, in no way, shape, form, or fashion. Not at all. So what do you guys think about that SBF thing? I mean, that's not a great look at all. Not a great look at all, right? I mean, come on, that's just not great. Let me see what else I want to share with you guys. Oh, let me do this real quick. Let's see which one I want. Do I want this one? Yeah. Let's share this real quick. Yes. My guy Solomon did a great interview with I got the sound on here. Oh, let's share. Solomon, boom, says Solomon. 10 quadrillion per dollar price inbound. In tomorrow's show, XRPP and I will be discussing speculation surrounding a 10 quadrillion dollar XRP price. With recapping the real news across all of crypto and discussing books. Interesting. Solomon is something. Is something. That's funny. All right, let me see here. I shared the Jeremy Hogan thing. This is interesting. We'll see if it's going to happen. We'll see if they're going to put their, if they're going to back up their words, or are they just talking in Congress? Eleanor Terrace shares this. New Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer threatens subpoena power over Gary Gensler. Well, so did Patrick McHenry. We'll see what's good. And the SEC in his latest letter. Comer cites 24G of the Securities Exchange Act, which says nothing authorizes the commission to withhold information from Congress. Nothing. We'll see if they're going to do the subpoena or not. Apparently, they got a little date on this. And if they don't hear something by a certain day, apparently they're going to do the subpoena thing. We shall soon see. Senator Tim Scott and I wrote on you in June the 5th of 2023, seeking documents and information on the agency's involvement in the development of European social engineering initiatives, disguised as disclosure and due diligence being developed by the European Union. To date, the SEC has not produced documents that are substantively responsive, and to date, the overwhelming majority of documents produced have been publicly available on the SEC's website. Hearing on September 27 in response to a question related to be clear, the ability of Congress to conduct oversight over the executive branch is inherent in the legislative powers enumerated in the U.S. Constitution and exists independently of any vote of the SEC. The commission may not at whim suspend or immunize itself from the exercise of that power. The SEC, an agency whose entire regulatory regime is built on disclosure and transparency, seems to do everything it can to stonewall our investigation and prevent disclosure and transparency. So, I thought I saw a date. Okay. If the SEC continues to fail to produce the requested documents by October the 19th of 2023, I will consider other measures, including the use of the compulsory process to gain compliance. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Yeah. Whatever, dude. That's just some rambling as far as I'm concerned. Outside of crypto, I think this is interesting. Someone shared a statement from Robert De Niro on Trump. Please read and let me know your thoughts. I've spent a lot of time studying bad men, says De Niro. I've examined their characteristics, their mannerisms, the utter banality of their cruelty. Yet, there's something different about Donald Trump. When I look at him, I don't see a bad man, truly. I see an evil one. Look, this is a long thing. And if you want to read it, I'll leave the link in the chat. Let me know if you want to read it all. But ultimately, let me share Patrick Bet-Davis' little take on this thing first. Pat retweeted this and said, I've also met with many real life gangsters, and here's what I've learned. There are two types of gangsters who become presidents. There are two types of gangsters who become presidents. Those who are gangsters and those who are controlled by gangsters behind closed doors. You choose which gangster you want as your president. I mean, that's cool. That doesn't really say anything. And that's just Patrick Bet-Davis, PBD's opinion. But ultimately, this, if you read through this thing from De Niro, if you read through it, let me read this part here. Over the years, I've met gangsters here and there. This guy tries to be one, but he can't quite pull it off. There's such a thing as honor among thieves. Yes, even criminals usually have a sense of right and wrong. Whatever they do, whether they do the right thing or not is a different story, but they have a moral code, however warped. Donald Trump does not. He's a wannabe tough guy with no morals or ethics, no sense of right or wrong, no regard for anyone but himself, not the people he was supposed to lead and protect, not the people he does business with, not the people who follow him blindly and loyally, not even the people who consider themselves his friends. He has contempt for all of them. Here's what I'll say about this De Niro post. You know, what I've learned over the years is that actors are just that. They're really good at acting. Like really good, right? You can't become a great actor, right? Otherwise. And part of that is being able to mix your words in a way that's convincing, right? You gotta be able to use words and know how to mix those words in to come across as convincing. But there's a big difference between acting like a gangster in a movie or a TV show than being a gangster. There's a difference between living that life and acting that life. And unless you've been in and around that mix, you have no idea what a gangster is, Mr. De Niro. None. I'm not talking about knowing some people. That ain't gonna gut it. That's not gonna gut it. And ultimately, and this is not 1980s. Remember 1984 or 88 in the 80s when this country was good? Let me stop this sharing. Let me stop the share here. So, you know, there's a big time difference. And again, I'm gonna say this again. There's a difference between being a gangster and living and acting like a gangster in a movie or TV. That's not the same thing. What's going on, RC? It's just not the same. It's not the same thing, Mr. De Niro. I get it. You know some people. I get it. But here's the thing that I'll tell you. I challenge you to check out the real gangster's opinion on Trump. Because I challenge you to check out some real gangster interviews and their opinions of Trump, like the real gangsters. Not your neighborhood dudes, the real ones. And I think you'll find, like I found, they are so pro-Trump, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I just think people recognize. Let me say this. This country is not in the 80s. Remember in the 80s when life is good? In the 80s, entrepreneurship was just going crazy. Life was good. People in this country were just, bottom line, regardless of politics, people were doing swell, as we like to say. Well, this ain't that time. And people in this country are not doing swell. They're not doing well. They're just not. And in my humble opinion, we need someone leading the charge that's going to look out for us, numero freaking uno, dos, and tres. Rich Calado Rodriguez. That's what we need. And until then, we can't afford to have our hands and be pulled in 5 gazillion different directions. They got people in this, they sent $700 to our countrymen that got harmed by a phony fire. $700. And they've sent billions overseas. And we got homelessness. We got the migrant situation out of illegal migrants out of control here. And the insult to send those people in Hawaii $700. I mean, come on already. So for me, here's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in someone who's interested in taking care of us first. Us first. We have to get our own house in order before we can take care of someone else's house. This house is not in order. It is in disarray. And we keep talking about the greatest country in the world. This house is in disarray. Disarray. Other countries laughing at us. Come on, man. We got to get our house in order first. I'll pray for other nations without question. But we got to use our resources to clean up in-house because it's a mess. It's a mess. We can't afford to send billions of dollars elsewhere when this place is a mess. San Francisco, Los Angeles, a mess. New York, Seattle, New York, it's a mess. Hawaii, what's going on? And we're sending money, we can't afford it. We got to take care of in-house. First of all, if we don't know how to take care of ourselves, what are we doing stuff over there? What are we doing? We got to learn how to take care of ourselves first. That's kind of where I stand on that. This administration has sacrificed the country for personal profit. If you can't see that, I don't know. It doesn't matter to me if it's a sibling, doesn't matter. right? Doesn't matter. It's just not a great look. We got to take care of us first. It's kind of where I am on that. Got to take care of us first, fam. Got to take care of us first. All right, guys, look, I'm going to wrap it up. It's been a really, really, really cool hang here. Don't forget, we got the Generational Wealth Wednesday thing going on. Here it is right here. Let me share that real quick. I don't know why that comes up every time. It's my Mac, baby. It's my Mac. Oh, which one is it? Is this one? This one? There it is right there. Come check us out. It's going to be a really, really cool hang. Patreon.com/GWW Mastermind. It's going to be a really cool hang for $10 a month. You're going to get the exclusive content and interviews. It's going to be really, really cool. Again, we're going to talk wealth, health. Right? Got to talk wealth and health and mindset. It's going to be cool. Going to get Jake Claver to come on, hopefully, as well. Talk about family offices, how to pick one, why to pick one. We're going to talk with the investment bankers, talk strategies around it. Hopefully, our guy, Deep Mind, will come back and join the Wealth Wednesday Mastermind as well. All right, fam, there it is. I appreciate each and every one of you being here and checking in tonight. Kyle Timur is in the building. Good to see you, my friend. RC, Joe, Alvin P, and the Real Big Will. Can't wait to hang out with you guys in the Generational Wealth Wednesday Mastermind, the GWW Mastermind on Patreon. It's going to be a cool hang. Alvin Pina and Pookie, Rich and Mil Colada Rodriguez. Appreciate you checking in. Kev, Boston, man, appreciate you guys being here. Do me a favor, hit that like button. And if you didn't do it on the way in, no worries, do it on the way out. That'll be super cool. If you have been here checking out the Crypto Siege, you've been listening, haven't come into the chat, you've been enjoying the hangout, please consider subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so that you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this one like I do all of my videos and remind you guys of this, that old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather that we remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.